with AI, AI and things are happening so fast and differently now. Do you think that will have a large effect on don't die, on how we can live, on the possibility to live forever or to have a longer life expectancy? And do you use AI with your own data to help create any sort of real information?
Yeah. What a lot of people don't know is this entire project I'm doing is about AI. It's not about health. And so...
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so I did this... when I was 21 years old, I had this ambition that I wanted to do something that would be useful to the human race. Like, that was my ambition. I don't know why, but I really cared about being useful to humanity. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't good at anything. I was kind of shitty at most everything. And so I said, okay, I'm going to become an entrepreneur. I'm going to make a whole bunch of money. Then by age 30, with money, I'm going to do something epic in the world. And so I did that. By 34 years old, I sold my company for $800 million. But at 34, I was burnt to a crisp. I just smoked. And so I needed to recover. And so, but then I had basically this quite open question, like, now I have money, what do you do? And so when you have basically unlimited optionality in the world, so I spent 10 years trying to figure that out. And I did one thought experiment, which really helped bring clarity, is I imagined traveling in time to the year 2500. So a few hundred years into the future. And there you are sitting among those that exist. Like, are they human? Are they AI? We don't know. But there they are talking. And they're reflecting on the early 21st century, our time. And they're saying, we appreciate Homo sapiens that lived in the early 21st century because they did blank that allowed intelligence to still exist in the universe. What'd they do? Like, they didn't destroy themselves. And I thought about that question for years. I think they say two things. One is they say that's when Homo sapiens gave birth to superintelligence. The second thing they say is the second thing that they'd figured out is that they wouldn't die. That they transformed society from a culture of die, of like, I will pillage you for my profit,
right? Or
I will YOLO my way to death to exchange for this, to existence itself is the highest value. There's nothing more valuable than existence. And we will do anything to fight for our existence. And so the principles we talked about today of like care, like our society would be better off if we really cared for each other, if you really could trust each other, like genuinely trust. And so what I'm trying to do technically is when you, it's like pretty technical, entropy is the final boss of the universe. So entropy is the disorder of things, the second law of thermodynamics. So eventually, like a warm cup of coffee goes cold, suns burn out, bodies die. Like things just naturally decay. And so the number one enemy of the universe is decay and disorder. And life is a rebellion against disorder. Like we somehow survive. And so what I'm trying to build, like my whole goal is to say, as a species, our number one goal is to build a new anti-entropic system, like a new life system that makes fighting for life the number one goal for all things. And you can measure entropy or death in all things. You can measure it in a physical system, you can measure it in a biological system, but you can basically build it computationally. So that's like a whole bunch of stuff, but the goal is you can measure death, you can build protections against death, you can do it in the body, you can do it in physical systems, you can align yourself with AI. It's like, it's a new ideology,
right?
That I want it to become the fastest growing ideology in human history, that it helps you understand existence. And it's competitive with any major ideology. So there's like, I need like, honestly, like 60 minutes to explain it, because I know it's like, I just jammed it up, but it's basically a new way to exist that like reframes our reality.
Well, I do understand what you're saying in the sense that a lot of history, people have lived as if we die.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, one day we die. There's an afterlife. You can live forever somewhere else.
Yes.
You can live extensively somewhere else. But then to have this concept and to really live as if we don't die.
Yes.
Then now how do you live?
Yes.
Right. And that's a whole reframing of things.
Exactly right.
Right? But I do understand that that once you reframe it, it's like, oh, wow. Well, a lot more of, if the afterlife or a lot of it can be here.
Yes, exactly.
Then what rules change for me? What rules change in the world? And how does it affect how I play the game, really?
Exactly right. And like the thing cool with Don't Die is that you can be Christian and don't die.
Mm-hmm.
You can be Muslim and don't die. You can be capitalist and don't die. You can be anything and don't die, because Don't Die just says nobody wants to die right now. It says nothing about 5 years from now or 20 years from now. The single thing that every human agrees to in this moment, one thing, nobody wants to die right now. That's it. After that, there's no agreement on anything. And so if you build artificial superintelligence, you're like, what do you do with it? It's like, help me make more money, help me become better at war, like help me acquire more power. Like what I'm saying is the obvious answer, we say to AI, we want to exist.
Right.
That's our goal. We don't want to destroy ourselves. We don't want to die individually. This is not saying we want immortality. It's saying we don't want to die right now. So you're trying to basically just get a peace accord with all humans and all AI and say, can we just strike a deal where we have the right to exist? It's like the United States said, like, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The new constitution for our new species is the right to exist. And that's what this whole thing's about. It's just like the very basic primal desire. I want to take one more breath.
Because we've almost grandfathered ourselves into this that we can't.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So like, if you don't state that as the objective,
right,
then you point it at profit. And if you point it at profit, you inevitably like have the temptation of saying, I'm going to take your life for my profit. I'm going to give you food that poisons you but makes me money.
Feels like where we're at now. Yeah, it feels like we're definitely part of a, you go, all right, I'll give you this, then you go here, then you spend there, and then you go to this. But has this challenged your faith? Has any of the, has it challenged where your faith lies? I knew, because you grew up in a Mormon community, is that right?
Yeah.
And has it challenged, which I think is a great community, by the way.
Yeah.
Has any of your practices challenged any of your beliefs or your relationship with that community?
Yeah, I mean, I joke with my my Mormon friends. I'm a better Mormon than they are. I'm like the best Mormon. Because sugar is the currency in the Mormons. Like there's not premarital sex. You can't do porn. Like there's a whole bunch of you can't drink coffee.
Yeah.
Right. So when you have like a whole bunch of no's, like it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So sugar's like the escape route. And so
that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. So I mess around with them. But like the thing is, like for me, the hole in the world is that we're in this wacky situation where we're conscious in the universe. Like, what the fuck is going on?
So
right?
bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
We talk about it every day.
It's so bizarre. And so then, like, given the bizarreness, there's all these ways of people being like, let me explain the situation, right? Like, but like, I don't know. I'm more of the opinion of like, how do we know?
Right.
Like, what are we talking about? And so like, but then if you say like, who says they don't know? It's a very, very, very small number of people who say they're like atheists say they don't know. But that's kind of like a defeatist mentality. It's like, we don't know, but like, whatever. So like, what's missing in the world is an ideology that's like, we don't really know. And we have gusto. Like, because like, when you're in a religion, like you've got gusto to serve God and to like, obey the commandments and like, but like, where's an ideology that couples up, I don't know, and has gusto? And that's what's missing in the world. That's what I found is like, you can intellectually be like, legit, it's pretty hard to know what's going on. Also, like we can stand up, we have power right now. Like it wasn't, before AI, you're doomed. Like no matter what you said, you're off to death. With AI, this is the first time ever where a human can be like, you know what? I got a strut. Like I'm going to put my chest out and like, I feel confident I can do something. And so like we're at this brand new thing. And that's what I'm saying. Like this moment is
Why?
so
What makes you
insane.
think about that? Just because the ability that the average person could have now?
Yeah. Like, I mean, you look at AI, I mean, like you basically are giving birth to God. Right? Like when we talk about God, we say like God's omnipotent, right? Omnipotent. God is blank, blank, blank. Like we basically assign these powers of like anything. And on some kind of time scale, AI is kind of that. Like when it's that and how it's that, like TBD. But it's like generally that. And so when you actually have like the potential of building like billions of gods or godlike powers of like we've imagined, like why wouldn't you immediately level up your ambition by like 1,000x?
Right, because you're taking some of the more practical possibilities of God and making them more usable to the everyday person.
Exactly.
You're still not able to replicate like a relationship that is like spiritual in nature though, do you think?
Why not? I mean, it's just a biochemical reaction, right?
I don't know. You think somebody just messaging with like a fictional thing is going to make them feel the same way as if they feel like there's some connection to an actual like molecular existing force in the world?
I do. I think that basically...
you think it's the same?
Basically, so you are 70 trillion cells. When Theo Von experiences love or God or like take whatever you think, that is a biochemical pattern.
Got it.
And you can produce it with prayer, with psychedelics, with meditation, with sex, right? Like there's so many ways to replicate these experiences. So like if AI is able to develop drugs and or experiences and or if we have implants and or like you can basically just map it back. It's very hard to identify an emergent experience we have right now and not be able to pull back the curtain and say, here's what happened biochemically. Now, like I'm open to other ways to explain the world that you can't find a biochemical signature for. Totally open to that. But like in my experience, everything I am, I can just see the data. Like it is a very clear reveal. And so will humans be able to experience transcendence and, unconditional love and extreme fulfillment of purpose and like locked in engagement? Yes, like all those things. And so I'm very friendly towards religions. Like no matter who you are, no matter what you believe in, great, right? Like don't die is something we can all agree to. And so like if someone says they believe in an afterlife, super. Like you can still have your afterlife. This is not taking away your afterlife. This is just saying like right now we want to cooperate because we love the game of life. If that means you want to procrastinate your afterlife for another 100 years, it's still going to be there for you. Like it's not going away.
Right.
So it's really about trying to strike. So it's the same thing about food. Like I'm not a carnivore or vegan or paleo or whatever. I'm not anti-religion. I'm not for religion. Like I'm just like, we're all good. Like everyone, we're all good. We can be together. We can like play the game together. We don't need to fight each other. No one needs to be right or wrong. We just want to agree that existence is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's like just trying to call peace of all intelligence. Let's not fight. No more killing.
Yeah.
Let's just be cool.
Amen, man. Because I wonder sometimes if like when kids interact with AI and stuff like that, do they feel like it's like the same as if I feel if I'm interacting with a real person, you know? Because I just don't know if you could ever get that, that kind of hug feeling of your God, whoever your God is or something. I wonder if you could ever get that hug feeling if like something that was like man-made or synthetic kind of, hypothetically synthetic, if it would ever be the same. But I mean, I think it's all interesting conversation. And look, man, you're out there on the front lines. You're like the only one in this war. Like you're like your own Vietnam dude out there,